In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Thank you to everyone who's tuning in, and to those who are subscribing and follow us on the social media and podcast pages. Welcome to Blerd's Eye View. I'm your host. Blerd's Eye View is a podcast that covers geek culture and everything in between from a POC point of view. I'm your host, Chris Fury. With me today is DC and Candy B Cosplay. What's going on, guys?
Sub-Zero wins.
We know someone's been watching it.
I'm good now that I've got to see like my boobs on the screen, not y'all. But
you think it's a game? Get fired when these bitches one time.
So much for
y'all, I'm talking about
so much for so much for work. I gotta drink the tea. I gotta drink the tea on that one.
Your tears say so good, Scott. Scott, your tears.
So much for work husband privilege. What the hell? I feel.
Was this Scott Summers tears? Wasn't it Scott Summers tears he was eating?
Was his name Scott? Was looking like
his name was Scott. His name was Scott. He was red-headed. It was Scott Summers. They played him.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a fan one day on the show named Scott, and he's just gonna be like,
"No, Scott, your tears are so good."
How's everybody's week been?
Not that look. What's his face?
Oh, that look.
In the air.
We'll start with you, Candy B. Candy B, how's your week?
Zero was busy getting his ass beat.
But the end, hey, I'm not gonna lie, that end credit song, that shit had me feeling like.
Listen.
All you were missing was the little lights, like Terry Crews and White.
All I needed was
just missing the little lights.
That's
Mortal Kombat.
He and I are literally like two sides of the same coin. But sometimes, because right when the music hit, I was like,
Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
Oh my God! Like I said, this is our season finale, and as you see, we are already starting. The party's already starting. We're not even holding back.
No, I had my cosplay page, and I'm going to force everybody to follow, is doing very well. I would say to have almost 500 followers in like a few weeks is really good because it's just good. And
you.
Anyway, so that's been fun because I love to cosplay. So please follow me at Candy B Cosplay. I think my niche thing now is going to be doing like kind of like stupid campy cosplays. Like I have a lot of ideas about certain moments in cartoons that were dumb as fuck, but it
Like
was
the
a memorable
SpongeBob
book.
cosplay you did. Like
Yeah, because I did the cuddly crab because I was like, damn, that was funny as fuck. And then I was like, I'm gonna do that shit. And out of everything I've been, even Silk, who did like crazy numbers for me, people love this shit and are still like reposting it. I had a Disney fan page that has like stupid dumb amount of followers, like 100K plus or whatever. Followed me, reposted me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like, if y'all want me to just dress dumb as fuck, I'll give y'all that. Like, I'll dress dumb.
Next, you gotta do Scott Summers.
I will say that these closets. I will say that these.
That's too dumb. What Robert? That's too dumb.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I will say that the closet
you can do
cosplays
regular
you've been
clothes,
doing.
but that's still goofy too.
Yeah, but I will say that the closet cosplays you've been doing, like, I'm like, fuck, where the hell she find? I'm like,
You think it's a game? Get fired.
Oh, and you know, Chris,
oh, I just happen to have this lying around. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, like anytime. Well, I feel like Black women could be like the slayers of almost anything, okay? But especially closet cosplay, because all the
fuzzy
fucking
handcuffs
shit we have around.
He said,
Like,
oh, fuzzy.
The fact that I found
That's for something else.
that's for after dark.
in my
What the
closet,
hell?
right?
Are you Hulk Hogan in your spare time?
That's for my only fans.
Yeah, brother. This is Brady coming at you, brother. What are you gonna do?
So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be Red from Fraggle Rock.
Oh,
Because
shit.
who the fuck else is cosplaying Fraggle Rock characters? And then you can talk
not even Fraggle Rock.
Eureka's Castle, all type of shit we grew up on. Who's cosplaying these people?
No
Nobody.
one.
But I'm gonna do it.
Well,
That's
now,
your niche.
now hold on. Now hold on.
He might get nightmares.
Exactly. You might get nightmares. You don't put
He's
it
like,
out
there's
there
a
in the air.
disturbance in the
You might
force.
get nightmares now.
Somebody is doing Fraggle Rock. I have to do it first.
We're gonna see him jumping up like superhero pose, but he's gonna like to have the red. I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna like the picture though, because I ain't no hater, but I'm gonna be that.
Hey, look, I'm just waiting for us to try to do a K&D cosplay group.
Hmm? Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about something else for a minute. I was like, that's for after dark.
You know what?
That's the tequila talking.
We can do a
Kids in
Courage the
Dungeon.
Cowardly Dog, and we can be the parent, and he can be the dog.
Oh my god!
We can not a bad way.
Oh my
So the
god!
black man got to be the dog. This is the interpretation
Here
that got
we
all
go,
of us
Dr.
doing.
Umar.
This is what had us brothers down now in the streets dogging all these people.
Here we go.
Because
Here we
women
go.
want us to play Courage the Cowardly Dog in pictures.
Oh my god!
You gotta give
As
them
long as
that.
you do this, and you do that,
I believe him, yo.
You're making
I don't know why, but I do.
it's
Man.
it. That drives it
That's
home.
it. They like that. What's that? The Bill Clinton? You just
It's
said?
no, that's
Like
Obama too.
Obama
that's
does
Obama.
it.
Yeah,
Well, we
Obama
got no
Bill Clinton.
time for excuses.
Dr. Umar likes to do his shoulder thing, so he'll be like, Charlemagne, we're not, like he like to bankhead bounce with it to make his point.
Definitely
It's
gotta.
hilarious. But anyway,
Oh, my
long story short, my week's been going well when it comes to like all that creative stuff. So I'm very excited to drop some mo on you guys throughout the next couple weeks. And then Black Faye Day is coming up, y'all.
Yeah, I just had a buddy hit me up, and I'm like, I might be out of town. I'm not even sure, so I just
Oh no,
don't
that's
have
right,
the time.
Flex. He'll be out of town.
It's a
I
couple-
might be doing something
I
very
might-
expensive you niggas don't know about.
like
Much
Just,
fun
I just-
for you peasants.
It's very, very expensive. No, you niggas can't afford to do what I do.
His wife's
Indubitably.
like, he's calling. He's like, no.
I'll get the Grey Poupon. We don't have Heinz.
More than 2 rings, they think I'm home. Hit the button on them niggas.
How's your week been, man? I know how his day's been going because he's been posting up about this damn tequila all day.
So,
For the people at home, this
Black
is not
people.
tequila, or is it?
public service announcement.
No, it's not. Maybe.
White people are holding out on us. They got tequila in the can now, my nigga.
Oh,
Like a full, like triple sec tequila lime.
but you know why they held that out on niggas? They don't want
They don't want us drinking that shit.
to.
They advertise that spritzer shit, you know what I'm saying? The bubbly shit, they advertise that. This tequila in the can, they ain't advertising.
The bourbon
no, the White Claw and all that bullshit.
Oh,
right.
That was for them. That wasn't for us. That was for them.
That's why they advertised it. They advertised it. You don't see no advertising for this shit because they don't want niggas to know.
He's right.
You don't see no Bentley getting advertisements because they don't want niggas to know.
I feel like we having a conspiracy brother moment. Like we on to something with this.
See, the man don't want us to drink tequila in a can.
Where's
my brother?
I'm here to tell you
that this right here is a interpretation of all the things in body in one can. It's 2 shots of tequila, son. They holding up, man. Next time you go to a store, follow a white person, see if they put in their cart. Dave Chappelle is right.
Oh my God.
That shit.
No. Hey, and this time, don't be following them white people, please.
Okay, nigger. The malt liquor's over there.
You must be lost.
You must be lost. The Court 45 is over there in that corner. The very dark, seedy part of the store. Go over there.
Dark, seedy part of the store.
You know, it's unwell lit. Oh, my week. My week has actually been good, man. You know, what the shit is back.
Yes.
So I found another spirit animal in Kano. As far as the shit talking, not him getting his ass beat. My dude Kano was talking shit. He was like, "The fuck." That was my part. That killed me. That nigga Luke Cage put his head on the stone. He was like, "The fuck." I knew he was a nigga.
It was not a Dora moment. That's for sure.
It was not. Fuck are you putting your hands on me for?
He tried that. He tried it. It wasn't the same effect.
Nah.
That's completely different.
That's completely
that's a totally different thing.
They were like, we felt our ancestors in that moment. Like, I think the fuck not.
Yeah. See, they ain't had to say nothing. He already knew.
That's because our collective mind as the black community was just like, oh, you fucked up.
You got fucked up.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's been a good week. Seriously,
you know what? It's been a same here. It's been a good week. I might be having something coming up for the next season because we are at 950 plus on Instagram. So if we hit 1,000, we'll have a little giveaway.
Come on, 4 figures.
Yeah. So come on, people, come on, get in there. Good week, very good week. Yesterday was a great week. I came across something that not a lot of people might have seen. And it was an extra scene at the end of episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And here it is. That was John Walker in training.
When I saw that meme,
I thought, oh my God. Wait, run that one more time. Run that one more time.
We're running one more time. So everybody at home who don't know or who's going to watch it, like, this is John Walker in training.
Jesus Christ.
Like, oh my God, this is terrible. Could somebody please find Ja Rule, get hold of this motherfucker so I can make sense of all this.
So
what the fuck was that?
That was John Walker in training.
I just want to know the real person.
No, that was a nigga named John in training. That was.
And then who was recording that was still enough? Because I would have been dying.
I'm on the floor.
I think that's actually set up. DC wasn't with us last week, Candy B, and you were out of town. No, that was the week. No, not last week. The week before.
I was.
Yeah.
I was killing niggas trying to get that bloodline out.
You know, like I told Candy B, like, you know, she's in the ballroom dancing and everything else. So she didn't know who the latest entry for the new season for Dancing with the Stars is.
That shit is still going?
Yeah, it's still going. You want to see who it is?
It's a big thing. It's still.
I haven't seen it since the first one.
Well, you know what? You might be back on board. You might be back on board.
No, I'm cool.
Oh, here, let me show you. This might change your mind. Let me show you.
I'm in. I'm sold. I'm sold.
It's the finger for me. Like I am.
Yeah, the finger in the offbeat
it's for me.
You know what? Why have a tournament? Let's go ahead and announce him the winner.
It is.
Those
are probably the smoothest moves I've seen inside of
Yo, because you know how you
music.
know he was doing good? Because didn't no black person stop him like, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
that guy.
Because if we feel like you're really feeling it and you're enthusiastic enough, you know our dumb asses will encourage you. We'll be like,
you Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
And you're not.
God.
But we're just excited for you for not caring what other people think, obviously.
So we're going to introduce our guests for the evening. One's a guest we already had, another one's a surprise. And so our first guest, we have the great pleasure of having a guest here tonight. He's already making himself a legend in the public's eye, being a hip hop prophet, teacher, and creator of our new theme song, Super Black. I'm looking at Brady's face because it's just too much right now.
What the?
Bruh. But here's our guest, G-Blakk.
This is an After Dark special.
No.
That's not my After Dark work. You tried me.
But yeah, our guest here this evening is G-Blakk.
After Dark work. My only fan is this.
But our guest this evening is G-Blakk, and with him is Earl Free. They're both here tonight.
My God! 258ers for life.
What's going on, fellas?
Not too much. Thank y'all for having us.
Shit, we're sitting in the back in the green room crying.
Oh man, you know.
This is what we do. This is our MO. G-Blakk, I can't say it enough, and I think this is like the first time we've got everybody together. We appreciate what you did for our show, but giving us that new theme song. Everybody loves it. Everybody that's come on has loved it. Everybody I'm just watching everybody behind the scenes when I'm playing the intro and the outro. They're just like, they're losing their shit. So thanks again for that, intro. That was bomb. Bomb as hell.
Man, thank y'all for the opportunity. I'm telling you, bro, I had that beat literally for about 5 years and I could not figure out what to do with it. So y'all kind of saved me for real. So yeah, it worked out.
Very serendipitous.
That is the word.
About it, because I would have flexed like y'all welcome.
Man, he's a humble guy.
See, that's Candy.
Me on the other hand, like, yeah,
that's why I was like, you don't get to rap, bitch, because you're not gonna know how to act.
Look, start out this motherfucker. Yeah, Buster gave me a chance. I grew rings and flew with that shit. Son. One time.
Oh man, so how's it going, fellas? What's going on?
Man, not too much.
Chilling.
Just got done.
Earl had to come to the show to make sure he was gonna get his first place in this motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, if I ain't gonna get number one over that show, I'm coming on this bitch for sure.
Yeah,
to make
Put some respect on
Hey, but what he don't realize is being on the show right now, he's not tuning in, so he definitely not getting a badge.
Oh shit!
Got him.
Yeah.
Oh, he that mean with the nigga with the point in the head. Yeah, nigga. I'm
like, oh yeah, that mean guy.
Play me, man. It's on
He
right
was like,
now.
y'all got me fucked.
But what he don't realize also is he's on this show. So fuck being top fan, nigga. You here?
Right, I'm on the show.
You already got it beat.
Because there's a lot of motherfuckers gonna get top fan and ain't never seen the inside of the studio.
Well,
And definitely ain't been inside the green room.
The green room.
Definitely the backstage dog.
Man,
Y'all meet Gerald back there?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Wait a minute.
bros, man?
Man.
Okay.
Crisp, fresh, smart.
And
water.
Leon the chef. Y'all met Leon. This nigga stick his foot in every wing he make. That bitch.
Oh
be
my
crispy to
God.
the T.
We don't know.
He disappeared
I
like a
need
shot.
y'all to send one of them cup that brandy drinking out of.
I need what's in the cup.
Look.
I don't want
I
what's
don't
in
even know what's
DC's
in the
cup,
cup.
though.
What?
what?
And she switched cups. We seen it.
Like whatever
that a
DC
flag?
has, it's the same color as the background. So like, it
Yeah,
looked
was that
like
a
he was.
flag?
I told you that.
Okay, there it is.
Oh, it's a buzz ball. Oh, that explains
Okay.
it all.
Yeah,
Karen's, man. I
Block
introduced you to
chicken.
Karen's, man. They put some.
it just
put some
keeps
shit in my life.
disappearing more and
If they
more.
gonna take you to the outworld,
He's fading the blue.
Thank you.
I'm fading fast here, son.
You are
Fade fast.
fight for us. Go.
They hit him with the snap. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Yo, but why does it look like he has a? Why did he look like he had a?
All right. Please, Lord Raiden, bring him back. Ja Rule, right?
No, where'd you?
Somebody find Ja
You
Rule.
imagine
Oh my God, this is terrible. Somebody please find Ja Rule.
Ja
Get
Rule
hold of
there.
this motherfucker so I can make sense of all this.
I would cry. Sonya Blade Jax, Ja Rule.
Man,
Right next to Johnny Cage.
Oh,
And
God.
Scott
oh, my
Summers
goodness.
is the first body dead.
Oh my God, no.
Oh
It'd be like Scott Summers on a bike in the background.
Oh, the hatred.
Scott Summers is
I mean, if anybody, it gotta be Scott though.
Yeah,
It's gotta be Scott.
No, now notice we said Scott Summers, not Cyclops. They are literally
Two different people.
Facts.
No.
Scott Summers is
I don't like either character.
Cyclops on the other hand,
as a leader,
yeah.
but still, he's
Scott
still
Summers?
I mean, he's made some shaky decisions, man. So I don't know. He
Well,
be
he-
in his feelings a lot, so
He
Yeah,
is
but
a
he-
carrying that
strategic
Scott
decision.
over to the Cyclops.
he makes janky decisions, just decisions that we
Yes,
wouldn't
janky.
normally make. But he's not crying about said decisions, opposed to Scott Summers.
Whoa.
He
Whoa.
can't see it under the visor.
Yeah. You said under the fight.
That's a new
You
documentary.
said that one tier,
Under the visor.
like
Like you're in his face.
that's the what you said. That's the name of the autobiography.
Behind the visor.
Behind the visor.
I ain't gonna lie, I watched that documentary. Behind the visor. I watched that shit.
It's got
First
with
first
Scott doing
chapter behind the visor. Gene.
Man, oh my God.
How do we know this was gonna happen?
You can't even say your name.
Chapter 2 is Logan.
No need.
Chapter 3, Havoc.
I don't know if y'all knew this, but I think he had some input on that song "Lonely" that just came out. What was that?
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Is
my
that
God.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
That was like
Written
one
by
of the best
Scott
songs on this little
Yeah,
album. he
written
put
by
out.
Scott
Scott Summers on the ghostwriting credit.
Actually, he on the hook too.
Jeez.
Fucking lonely.
Oh my God. So, fellas, how's y'all's week been?
Oh man, crazy.
I know how Earl's been. The nigga been with the kids, son.
Man,
Hella
boy,
anime.
watching up all my goddamn shows, man. Y'all can barely read, but y'all watching this shit in Japanese. So, all right.
It's a step in the right. What do they watch? What are you watching that they're watching all of?
No,
Every
it's they
fucking
watching.
thing.
He ain't watching shit.
Everything. I'm not watching a goddamn thing. My daughter, she done watched up all of Attack on Titan. I'm on episode like 2, season 1. She on fucking episode 3, season 3. I'm like, bruh, this is in subs. How are you even watching this?
It's crazy.
Right.
These kids love that
Like
shit.
watching it is better.
Yeah.
All my
Yeah.
kids right now just went to the movies to go see whatever anime movie is in theaters right now.
Oh,
Demon
the
Slayer.
dragon.
No,
Oh,
Demon
Oh,
Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
Demon
sure.
Slayer.
You know what? I started watching Demon Slayer, the show, earlier today, and I was like, I'm gonna have to give this another day off because I wouldn't get
It's
Not
good.
like they are.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
never got into anime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
man.
See, everybody gets introduced.
I got
to the
introduced through the
anime.
wrong time. It was hentai, and that wasn't the same thing.
Oh
Bro.
boy, not
that ruined it for me. That ruined it for me. I was like, that octopus is doing what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like very interesting.
Yeah,
That's
man.
that's kind of an eye opener.
Tentacles, man. I was like, this ain't even legal in America. How did you get this
Man,
illegal
listen.
shit?
Well, what thing was on the internet?
my
Like
God.
this.
That shit was crazy.
I'm just like, why did y'all do? Who sat back and was like, you know what we need to do? We need to have the Kraken fucking every bitch.
Man,
No.
Kraken was getting mad pussy. I'm like, bruh, what?
Wait, this
What
is like
is
I
going
don't
on?
even-
Man, I'm like, do I need to
What
grow
is
2
going
more
on?
dicks or what? I mean,
It's weird.
my
And then
God,
you
don't
can't
give
stop
them no
watching.
ideas.
I'm just like, well, I gotta watch the next episode.
expectations about to be crazy.
man.
Oh my god!
The last nigga had. Wait, what?
Can't even compete. He can't even compete.
You know what? I'm gonna sit this one out, Chief.
You got
Sit
that.
this one out.
No, I had to sit this whole series one time. I was like, damn. Because you ever watch something, you go from being like, well, okay, to what
Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway after that.
And then I like how they always make sure they're like, no. Even though you'll maybe wince at some of the stuff you see in hentai, for those that decide to go down the rabbit hole after y'all
Don't do it.
No, if you do, it's like they always make it like the women are enjoying this shit. Like they love this shit. And I'm like,
well, you know, like over like with Japanese culture, they have the most
weirdest fetishes.
Man,
That's the right
some of
way,
the weirdest
best way to
shit,
put
man.
it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this about anime, but there's always some grown ass creepy dude like chasing after the young main character. Like, bro,
I mean, like Master
Orochimaru, motherfucking Hatsuko.
there's always, I like to call them all Pegasus. There's always a Pegasus after Yugi.
Oh my god, Yugi boy. Get your
Yugi boy. When I got older, I was looking at that shit with my son. I was like, nigga.
Man, let me turn this shit off, man. This ain't appropriate.
Yeah, right.
He was like, before he saw, he'd be like, Yugi. And I'm like, what?
Disgusting.
Man, I have no clue what y'all talking about, but now I'm about to ban my kid from anime. This sounds crazy.
Hunter, the dude, the clown dude.
Man, listen.
Fucking creepy
as fuck.
But see, that's the but like,
hi, kids, you want some eyelids?
That's why you have to,
man, listen.
It's how you have to pick and choose what. Hell, even Dragon Ball, the unedited version.
Well, yeah, that's different.
Wait, who on there?
Wait. You gotta watch it.
Roshi, I mean, he was at least, you know what I'm saying.
I'll give you one scene that
women
has
of
not been
age
seen unless you have the right channels to get.
You talking about the old school one with Goku?
Yeah, the very beginning when Goku was a kid. When Goku
she ain't got no penis.
Right? Yeah.
You seen Boba naked. He was like, "Dude, she got one of these," and he seen her fully ass naked. I seen that.
He
it was on Cartoon Network.
Added it and everything. He did. Yeah.
Like that was on Cartoon Network.
I watched all the Dragon Balls.
This was GT, wasn't it?
It was
that's because
no, that had to be the first one because GT he got turned back into it.
Yeah. This was at the beginning.
No, this was the beginning.
Very beginning. Very beginning.
Like
because he had never seen a human girl. He just was.
He had never seen no nakedness. Hey. Like,
she got one of these. He had been here for a minute though.
He was just a kid.
Yeah, he was just a kid.
So he was just like his first round as a kid.
Okay. Yeah.
The original story.
The original, yeah, right.
Okay.
Like he what was it? What was that squad that kept chasing him? The Red.
I
don't know why he was like. I don't remember the name.
Force came later.
Huh? No, Ginyu Force was there early.
Was it?
I think so.
Damn.
Was it?
Ginyu Force came.
I think later. It might have been like.
Was it later?
They were. Yeah, they came.
Later.
They were peppered in, but they came.
They came in Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you talk about like in the beginning when Vegeta had first came.
Yeah.
Like
this was
right before he. It was way before.
Like before that.
Yeah. This is like this nigga's like 5 or 6, 8, 10. He young.
Shit. Jesus. When I say kid, he was a little kid.
I'm gonna have to circle back, man.
Yeah,
he was the original Dragon Ball.
I think she was stepping out the shower and he was in the room, flicking his own thing, and then he was seeing her.
Oh,
yeah, he was like,
it's wild. It's
like,
wild
though.
Like when I got introduced to it, I seen it on satellite, but I hadn't seen that, and it wasn't until late, like not even much later, that I found out like we were looking at the edited American version.
Y'all were watching the BET uncut version because I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what it pretty much was.
Yeah, BET uncut. Wow.
Sidebar, I had to represent for the Empire tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Whatever.
I'm repping for the city.
Hold it down.
There you go. So G-Blakk, what are you watching lately?
Man, I literally right before the show just got done watching that Mortal Kombat. That shit was really a lot better. I tried to go into it with no expectations, and I have been seeing like people's feedback and stuff from it. I'm cool with spoilers and all that, so I didn't mind. But the feedback was not really that good. So, again, I just tried to go in with no expectations, but I was pleasantly surprised, man. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah. I was never a fan of Jax, and until Michael Jai White played.
Straight bitch.
But yeah, I didn't even like playing the video game character because I was just like, I just didn't like his power set. I didn't like his power set.
It's a strong dude, man. How can you hate that?
it
You
wasn't
don't like
that. It
strong
was
black
just like,
dudes.
So what you hate, strong
It was
black
just-
man?
What you trying to say? You don't like
it's just
strong
like,
black
I just
men.
I like Liu Kang's
Shoulders.
fighting style and Kung Lao's fighting style.
Yeah.
And it was just, I'm like, all my dude got is 2 metal arms. It was just like,
Sometimes that's all you need in this world, Chris.
Man,
I actually know since I'm a card carrying member now.
I mean, it wouldn't help.
Man, I know that now. I know that now since I'm a card carrying member. Right hand got
I mean,
nothing
when the
already.
soldier
I'm
only had
now.
one, motherfuckers revelate over him.
Well, shit,
Man, now Falcon and
They,
Winter
no,
Soldier.
I feel
That
like
shit
they
was
overhype him too. Sometimes
True.
some people just seem like, okay, you threw something at them, and when you get into, I'm pretty sure we were all into the Mortal Kombat games when they first came out.
Oh yeah.
And then as you watch these characters progress and who they actually bring in as more and more characters, you get somebody like Baraka. You don't give a fuck about Jax.
Well, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so,
don't care. And
Look like 2 armors. This nigga got 2 blades, bruh.
yeah, so,
And
like,
then you're
so by the
getting
time,
Smoke and Reptile. You're getting these characters. You're like,
New
shit.
Sabots.
And then you get Jax.
That was my guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't
I'm
until
I'm
it wasn't
mad that I
until
spent so much time playing with Sub-Zero after watching the movie because dude was
it wasn't
Yeah.
until I seen the version.
I never
that did-
realized he was the villain.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I always thought Scorpion was the
I didn't
villain.
want to say it, bro. I
See,
always thought Scorpion
I
was the
thought the same
villain.
thing back in the day. They never really, you know what I'm saying, told that story, right? Because they always made
No.
Sub-Zero seem like the good
Not,
guy.
not when they were selling the game, but if you got into like reading like
Yeah.
backstories, like a dork,
Oh, yeah,
you
you must-
actually
Hello.
you did. Hey guys,
Hi.
I was
Oh
not
my God.
surprised, but it was nice to see that they were going this direction because I was like, oh shit, finally! Because when
But
you
you-
are playing
I
the
don't
video game, you're thinking you're kicking Scorpion's ass, and that's kind of the goal in the game, right? Like I gotta beat
Right.
But it's
Scorpion's
ass
ass
backwards.
because he's an asshole, and then you're like, no, his family was slaughtered.
That's
they don't
so
tell you that.
crazy.
But then that cartoon that they just came out with the Scorpion story, that kind of mirrored the movie. Actually,
Yeah.
it mirrors the movie hella good.
Damn.
I don't know if y'all seen it.
No,
even
I'm
the version,
trying.
even the version
No,
they did with.
there's the Legend of Scorpion or some shit, whatever they call it. It's
Yeah.
Oh, did they go leave to watch it?
No.
I don't know.
oh.
Okay, so I'm turning this shit on right now.
No, put it on, man. Fuck this show.
Put it on right now.
I still got time,
No,
right? Hello?
no, we just see all black.
Okay.
We just see all black.
Yeah, he with the go get the battery, I think. But I just-
yeah, it's just like the version that came out with Michael Jai White, which you can probably catch on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's only on
Was-
YouTube.
Yeah, it made
Damn.
it made it better. It made it better. Like I
It's
like
not
Jack-
official though.
No, it's not. It's not canon, right? And
Oh,
then
It's just a
and then-
nigga in his
yeah, and
backyard
then-
was like, man, I want to put together a movie, Mortal Kombat. Who can I get? Michael Jai White ain't doing shit right now.
Pretty fucking much.
Man,
Black
y'all have
Dynamite
covered
was
that
over.
so many times though that Michael Jai White is heavily slept on and passed over for so
Oh, yeah.
long that he
Right.
should get it.
facts.
And I'm
Definitely.
really disappointed in that
Facts.
because I love dude. Man, this dude be kicking ass like
Every
in
movie,
real
Black
life.
Dynamite,
He legit.
he's like
He
the
is
motherfucking
legit.
Black Chuck Norris to me. Dude is a fucking monster.
but he's realer than Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
I thought I only would like him in those
Norris.
movies and TV shows I'd seen him in, and then after I watched Blood and Bone and Black Dynamite, I was like,
Black
oh,
Dynamite is
Dynamite
the
is
shit.
my
I was
shit.
just watching Black Dynamite.
Sweet.
Black
Man.
Dynamite is
Cream corn.
The holes at the orphanarium.
And then Blood and Bone, I
a
that's
whole
the first
house
time I
and an
researched on him,
orphanage.
and then found out this nigga was doing all this shit himself, and I'm like,
Yeah.
My daddy's name is
Wow.
Black Dynamite. Oh, everybody got that name, little girl.
Yeah, though, when that nigga kicks somebody, sweet.
That
Oh,
movie-
okay. Before I forget, DC was delving into how Kano is his new spirit animal earlier. And I had to tell him
Only
man,
shit
No,
talking
man, you my
wise.
boy, man. I can't let you go out like that, dog.
No, he was talking
My
mad
dude
shit.
was getting his ass kicked. He wasn't backing it up though, man. My dude
I
got
don't-
the ball put on
the
him.
art of shit talking is not that you have to back it up. You just got to say some good shit.
No, man, you can't say good shit and then get the
You
shit
know, wait,
handed
wait,
to you.
DC may have a point because sometimes
You gotta write a
if
check
you
that
talk
your body
shit
can
good
cash.
enough, you're remembered for that, even if you get your ass
You
kicked.
can get your ass beat a million times, but a motherfucker put your hand on your shoulder, you be like, the fuck? That sticks with me.
I
And
will.
then
I
you
will
got
say,
served. Like my hand can be there if it wants to, because you're not about to do shit.
Hey, man, sometimes you gotta take that ass whooping for the art of talking shit.
You still said something though. We know you was gonna get your ass kicked, but the
I mean, I knew he was gonna get
No,
grabbed the whole
he was
movie.
gonna get his I didn't
expect him to be funny. He was funny.
Technical difficulties, y'all.
I thought that dude was about to come with some heat, and he just got pummeled the whole time.
That was your fault.
When I seen the nigga change, okay, I can't talk
that's
about it.
not my fault. I actually fucked with Kano on the game. Like I liked it.
That's also your fault.
That's your fault. Yeah, that was your fault.
Yeah, you know what?
Nobody picks Kano. That's like picking Scott Summers.
No.
That nigga got a laser eye. That's it. He ain't whipping nobody's ass. And the nigga only got the nerve to have one laser eye.
I didn't make the connection.
He couldn't afford two. That's how soft that nigga is.
Hey, but that's your spirit animal. I ain't worried about it.
Shit talking. Only shit talking.
Shit talking. And then if I wasn't one of those people that was gonna watch it without comparing it to the original, because I was obsessed with the original.
The original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes,
I didn't hate that movie. I
love that shit because that's
what about the second one?
And I wasn't mad at the time. We weren't the culture we are now with moving and casting, so I didn't mind that certain characters were white. We weren't looking at it like that, right?
No,
I was just happy to have a decent rating, to have a decent First of all, that guy played a perfect rating in the sense of campy's 90s shit. Perfect. Yeah, that whole movie was 90s camp. Even when you have Scorpion,
he had that Nicki Minaj wig on though, and that shit.
Yeah, dog. He had that Yaki number 5. That shit was long and flowy.
That shit was killing me.
That nigga shook his head one time.
Why did it remind me of the Bride's trainer in Kill Bill where he had that long white beard?
Oh my god, that fake ass.
He just kept flicking that bitch. Just like, oh my god.
That's what they remind me of. Like, why was your hair so silky?
Like watching a Pantene commercial or something.
Like you will ever see.
Kung Lao was bomb. I wasn't expecting that shit. That nigga came through. And I was happy with the fan service with the moves, because I ain't gonna lie, with some of the shit they said and the moves, like Liu Kang
it actually fit
over and over again, like spamming him.
Some of they moves,
I got a great.
That was fire.
How they incorporated like all the video game shit into the movie.
Perfect.
That shit was dope.
It was like Liu Kang.
You had to just start playing this game because all you're doing is the leg sweep.
I don't know if y'all heard about it, but you know they have like 3 more that they're trying to produce, three more movies. So
I'm down for that.
What I think they're trying to do, even with Liu Kang, because I'm with you, DC. I didn't necessarily like him, but I think we're supposed to be watching the evolution of Liu Kang. So I think we're supposed.
Well, unless that motherfucker involved into the Liu Kang from the '90s, I don't want to see him.
With the dragon.
I like the original Liu Kang. This new one looked a little.
Fire dragon that he did.
No, I don't think y'all understand. I don't like his look. Period. Like I don't like the person.
You figure if you paid attention, and Kung Lao dies, you kind of notice like
spoilers.
There's no spoilers right now.
Well, you know somebody like. It's somebody right now in the comments like, God damn, I ain't even watch it, chat.
Look, they've been in the conversation this long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All cards is on the table.
Yeah. Why are you being like that, DC? Chill.
Well, I can't say shit because I just said something about spoilers earlier.
Hey, DC, man, DC needs to take a shot and loosen up, bro.
Another one? Another one.
He was in his eyes.
But when
he got that little twinkle in his eye, another shot. What?
Yeah, but when he loses Kung Lao, you kind of notice that he was like, this was a moment like that was like his mentor almost.
Yeah.
So he's like, so yeah. I hope they continue on and give us that so we can have that evolution.
I knew they were gonna kill him when he was just too good. I'm like,
he was too good.
He was way
too good.
Man, oh my damn!
He can move just like he's gonna die. He's too smooth.
Boy.
And he said flawless victory. You got to die now.
Yeah, right.
You got to die. You can't show up and show out like that and expect not to get killed.
You know what I really hope? I hope they delve into the Lin Kuei and was the Shinryu. Shinryu. What actually happened with that. I would like to see.
Yeah, I do want to see. Yeah,
I thought they were going to do a little bit more with that in this movie.
I was getting pissed with Cole. I was getting pissed with the Cole character because I'm like,
yeah,
talking about like how he's such this great fighter, but he's getting paid $200 to have his ass beat every fight, and it was like, dude,
I hate that
every time.
Who is he?
I'm not sure where the fuck he came from.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
They
that
made him up.
Right.
They made him up for the film, and I'm like, but he's so
Yeah, well, they need to make up.
like-
He's Scott Summers of Mortal Kombat.
like,
man.
and then when he did
doing
show up,
Nigga had to beat
it took Scorpion to be the main draw.
Man,
Okay.
he
And
pulled up in a Teflon vest and just thought that shit was just supposed to be.
That nigga had a golden
all
turtleneck
in all.
on.
Like,
Oh,
man,
that
please
thing
don't talk about
Courtney, if you're watching this,
in the
don't you
comments.
dare get a golden. Hold on. Courtney, if you're watching this, don't you dare get a golden turtleneck. I swear to God.
Oh,
fucking
You
God.
want
that idea.
Hey,
You didn't even think about that shit, bro.
If you're not gonna hear, you're not gonna hear the end of it with the black.
This is one time.
Fire! Courtney, go ahead and get one, man. I got your back. I got half on it. $2.
Amazon cart looking crazy.
It's $4. I got two for you.
I will say this, like, I hope they get.
hey, man, he got them black forces for y'all. I should keep talking about
Oh
that.
my God, not the low black.
Low top black forces with the
Them
heavy
bitches
crease.
is sold out. He got 50 pairs in his cart.
Oh my God.
In this, as far as the fighting styles, and when they fought at the end, I loved the costume design. And I think as a cosplayer, I was paying attention to the costume design because it was too easy to give us a cookie cutter from the video game. But I'm like, whoever did this really did their Japanese research and was just like, this is what this traditional garb looked like. Because on Netflix, I just recently binged like I want to say it was Way of the Samurai or something like that. It's really fucking good. But they're showing all of this artwork and how these real warriors wore this shit. And to do what they did in this heavy armor, choreography wise,
man,
fucking beautiful. Like,
did you catch the blow up though?
There was some great
Sub-Zero ripped off that blue shit and had the all black on. You remember?
I ain't gonna lie, I like that part.
I was like, man, they went all out on that shit.
They went all out.
The Scorpion,
he got that armor and came out with that black hoodie.
Bro.
I felt it.
The
hoodie
Scorpion,
my black hoodie was in the background, like, yeah, nigga, black hoodies everywhere, son.
Hoodie mellow on them.
Hoodie mellow came out.
Right.
Oh my God.
The Lear was out there fighting for his life. Nigga hitting threes everywhere.
Oh my God.
Man.
Look,
on a
Fight for his life. I think the R. Kelly cry, and that's really
oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to kill Scorpion's family. I'm fighting for my life.
Fight for my life.
What more do you
I
want
will
from me? I'm
say
trying
that.
to end the bloodline.
That nigga closed the gate behind him. I said, oh, okay.
That part,
Man.
that part, I was like, I stood up on my couch. I was like, oh, this nigga want all the smoke.
All
You stabbed in the chest and you was like, no, nigga, ain't nobody leaving.
I will say that the Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight scenes was probably some of the best fight scenes in this entire film.
I love the opening scene, man.
That opening scene.
Even down to the dialogue when they had
he sat up there and
speaking
that is
Chinese and Japanese, like that shit.
Yeah,
is
they
so,
don't understand each other. I was like,
that
wait a
was
minute,
so
they don't
dope.
even know what each other is saying.
Question. Speaking of understanding, how the fuck did Cole understand Sub-Zero speaking Japanese?
Bro, okay. And that's what I was wondering, bro. The only thing that I could think is because they of the same lineage. Maybe it was something.
Exactly.
But I'm like, bro, he don't even speak Japanese.
This nigga ain't never been to Japan in his whole
no, yeah, you right
life.
from the flashback. Yeah,
You know he was in here. That's how I knew because I was watching it online with some friends.
Nigga, I was high. I wasn't thinking that much.
This was a movie to me that was better enjoyed with other people, and I know if it was done in a theater, you would have gotten that vibration from other people.
Because I understood the flashbacks. That I can understand.
But the
it was
flashbacks
just
in the mirror, I
Japanese.
said, okay, this makes sense. And it was smart that they played to get back on you for bashing him, Chris. It was smart that they played him weak sauce in the beginning because ain't no fucking way you just find out all this shit about yourself. You were going to be invincible, right? Like that's what it reminded me of. The show Invincible, where you should be A, B, and C, but you're still learning this shit. So maybe by movie 2 or 3, you really gonna be in your stride, but you're not gonna come out the gate like we saw Liu Kang. You're not even gonna be, and then you're not even gonna come out the gate like Sonya's ass did because she was
listen,
5 minutes later, she was like,
let her from the gate. They're like, you can't come here.
Like
You
that,
can't come
she
here.
wanted it back. Like she wanted that shit. She's
Yeah,
like, I don't like what I gotta do. And the whole movie, you basically like, you ain't got the birthmark, bitch. Sit back. As soon as she got that shit,
but she was putting hands on niggas even without the little stamp on
that's
it.
the thing.
The fact that without that shit, she was like, Reptile, let's go, nigga.
Man.
Let us be in a room with Reptile. I'm out. What the
He
fuck?
put balls on niggas for real.
Yeah. I think whoever
Definitely
powers
smoke.
that be that gives out the tattoos or whatever, they were just like, you know what? I think we made the wrong choice. We need to give this to her.
Yeah,
because
She said, "Fuck that, I'm taking it."
She deserved it.
Hell, even Jax, which this version I enjoyed because he actually
ass straight, bitch.
Man, them little ass arms they started him off with.
Oh, man.
That shit pissed me off. So I'm like, bro,
like a
they don't
T-Rex.
beat my
My bad,
nigga
I ain't
arms
mean
up.
to cut you off, Chris, but
man.
them little ass strong.
That nigga look like he ain't been to the
man.
gym in
Bro,
years.
Oh my god.
That nigga just do crunches and
I
shoulder
forgot all
shrugs.
about his little arms.
You said shoulder stroke.
I had the best core in the world and these shoulders.
Man,
Niggas'
oh
arms was
my
like this.
god, that shit was
Once
awful.
again, the powers that be were
The
just like,
T-Rex is the most feared.
go ahead and
person in the
upgrade
world,
this, brother, because this shit ain't right.
Now,
That had to be his
the
power.
two things I did not like about that shit, and I'm still gonna tell people it was a good movie. But the two things I didn't like is the way y'all got your powers were basically like the power of trying hard enough. If you really want,
Yeah, that shit was hella
here's
cool.
your powers. The fuck?
They was
That's
trying to teach self-esteem. Self-esteem. Don't get on them
No,
like
I
that.
didn't like that. And then I realized it
This
doesn't matter how
mask
many
is
times I
really
play the video
fucking up my
game or watch the
motivation.
original movie. How many
It was
times does
muffling
it
my
have to be
voice.
like?
I feel like Deadpool.
I didn't like that shit. But how
Oh,
many times
shit.
does it have to be like the last time? Y'all always one match away from all hell being a
Yeah.
lead. Why is it always at match 9? Y'all took 9
Man.
rounds and then
Yeah.
decided, hold up.
10's the one. 9 out of 10 times.
It took
times in a row.
9 ass whoopings. Like, come on, cuz.
Right. Not,
It's
just,
always,
not
but
just,
didn't you know it
straight.
always takes the right amount, like you said, it always takes the right amount of ass whoopings to
And
get
then,
to
and
that
then you
point.
expect people to jump into this calmly? You got a bitch who whole face is ripped in half. And you want me to be calm about this shit?
Yeah.
I just got here. And Cole,
Man,
That nigga Cole was like, fight for the world? That nigga who?
Who played that?
Where?
Who? Where? Cole played that.
got his
Why are you
powers, he
asking
just
all
threw
these
it all away.
questions?
And that was the thing. Even when Cole got his powers, I'm like, all right, I could tell.
That was
And no
cheesy,
lie,
though.
I could tell he had
Man.
fighting skill. It was obvious he had it. It was like
Well-
he just didn't believe in himself.
But
I
they
don't know
said
what
that
it
he
was.
was a championship fighter initially,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the movie. He had
He lost
beat
it.
somebody.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
just
Had a
like-
championship. So,
He
bro, you
was a
can
great
fight. Why are
fighter,
you
and
your
then he
ass
lost the
whooped?
And that's what I was
motivation.
wondering. I was really
He lost
confused
the
about that.
motivation. He had family, so he lost the motivation to fight. So he was just taking fights to make
Then why
ends
keep
meet.
taking
Yeah, but
$200
why-
ass whoopings?
right.
Though? That don't even
Yeah,
make
he-
sense.
He didn't have
That's
the
all he
right
could
amount of
get.
ass whoopings. That's what it was.
Yeah, he had took too many ass whoopings. Now you can only get what you can take.
9 ass whoopings.
Yeah.
It was 9 ass
He was,
whoopings.
he
in
was
that
either
last
one less. He was. It took him that one less, and that's probably what it was.
No. You know what? My only real beef with the movie was kind of like the progression of the story. Like at some points it seemed like it was kind of like fast paced, and other points it's like I could have used a little more
Yeah,
of this story.
I feel like they clearly timed it out to make it be a trilogy or
Yeah.
4 movies or whatever.
It's
it was
But
like at the end, I'm going to Hollywood. Like nigga, I knew
did
you
not
didn't
like
say
that
Hollywood.
part.
That was Johnny Cage.
I did not like that part.
it didn't have to be no
Oh, really?
Snyder cut.
No,
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
like,
But
I,
damn.
I love Easter eggs, but that felt so cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it
I'm
felt
not,
rushed.
It's not
You know,
there.
Johnny
It's
Cage had-
cool.
It's who?
Despite his
Oh,
fighting,
Get a Johnny Cage poster in the background, nigga.
Okay.
And it was Johnny Cage is here to save us all.
That's what I thought it was.
So with
Don't
it
do it.
seeming cheap and cheesy, it's like, but that's him. Johnny is cheap and cheesy. He was
Okay.
cheap and cheesy in the
Yeah.
90s.
You know what? And this is the crazy thing. This was the crazy thing.
It's like
As much
Johnny
as-
Bravo.
when we got cheese. We got a lot of cheese in this, but it's the way they address a lot of it. But I was really surprised that I'm like, no one's going to yell toasty, like at all.
Oh, I did. I yelled crispy at the crib.
At a certain point, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it. If the dude popped out the corner randomly, I would not be mad.
The whoopsie was kind of weak too.
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of weak.
Did anybody I don't remember? Did anybody get like punched up through a floor?
No.
Sonya
no.
almost got thrown through one by Reptile, but no, by Kano in the trailer, but she didn't go up.
And
through it.
did anybody else catch how they played on her like little teleportation thing? How she just kept popping up out the floor in the trailer?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. Okay.
I saw that
Yeah.
one time, and I remember I was
Okay.
like, I didn't catch it at first because I'm like, what the fuck did I just see? Because they didn't play up on it anymore after that. It was just like, didn't matter. But she got all her shit like quick.
Yeah, man.
That was before she had the
like,
powers.
man, they really
Very
did her like.
She was popping through the floor without powers.
Come on,
Yeah, like,
I was very confident
without
in this
powers,
one.
right?
She was like,
Like,
nigga,
she wanted it bad. She really wanted it
I'm
bad.
here. Or the way she like spun in there, her ponytail flip. I said, bitch, now I like you.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't feeling her because I really liked the original Sonya Blade. She just had more of a Sonya Blade attitude to me. Fighting style was not better than the one that we got now, but I liked her attitude.
Right.
What'd you say?
The OG
Bigger.
Sonya,
The
she
other
was
Sonya was
lightweight
bigger.
Jack for real. She was bigger.
Yeah.
She wasn't like China big, but she was bigger than
No,
the
you
real.
can tell me
And
As a matter of fact,
Her
the
and Jax had the same arms.
Yeah, matter of fact, the actors that played her, they had a. I wish I had a picture, but they showed a picture of her earlier this week. The original actress from the original, and I think she's like 50. She was. I was like, oh, I thought I was looking. Yeah, I thought.
Got it.
Now was that the actress or was it the?
That was the one for the video game.
CGI model for the video game.
That was the one for the video game.
Yeah, because she is tight. She is too.
I was just like, oh,
I wonder why they never used them.
I don't. You know what? It might be for an actor. Yeah.
Okay.
Contract.
But it's the same reason why they don't use stunt doubles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So
even though they should be getting paid, because I swear to God, I throw myself through a fucking wall. I thought about that after Jax got his ass kicked, and then he hit his head on fucking cement or something.
Yeah, I thought that nigga was dead.
We didn't see him for like 45 minutes, and I was like, anybody's gonna get him. Where is he?
And he put up a hell of a fight. I was just like, dude, you know your ass is gonna be sore in the morning.
Look, sure, that nigga was in concussion protocol. This nigga hit his head on concrete and steel, man. I don't think y'all know he was hitting beams on the way down.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was dead. Like, I mean, clearly
I thought he was dead.
They was building up to him losing his arms, but I'm like, bro, gonna lose his life before he loses his arms.
Like, this nigga's not coming back for part 2.
I definitely didn't think he was coming back.
I definitely thought they was about to kill him off too. I'm like, damn, who else they gonna kill off? I'm like, that's one of the main characters. You can't kill.
You know what I like to see in one of these movies?
Terminator vibes, and he was definitely like Elsa on steroids. Like, I'm going to kill everybody, and I think visually it made sense to have him as the antagonist because I don't think anybody else's powers would have just been as visually stunning on camera as that. It's really
Shang Tsung's was all right. The whole
it's all right, but when you can take like water and you're like,
this nigga was making fucking boulders, yo.
That was crazy.
Talking about a whole.
I was legit.
So okay, so before we go to the next part, real quick, we're gonna get everybody's rating for Mortal Kombat. So we'll start with our guest, G-Blakk.
Man, I'm a really, really, really hard critic. But I have a favorable rating. Honestly, I'll give it a 7.5.
It's fair. Earl?
I'm gonna go ahead and go like a half a point lower. It's all 7. I mean, I don't want to get too high on it because it was like some stuff that I didn't really fuck with about the movie. But like, I feel like the stuff that they did get right, they got really right. Like, you got the fucking stages right, the moves right, the characters right. Outside of everybody complaining about Liu Kang, but I feel him on that one too. But yeah, like the thing that they got right, it was just so right. I'm like, man, I can't give him no lower than that. I mean, the story could have used a little work, but whatever.
All right, Candy B.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay, fair. Right, almost down center. DC.
Kano shit talking gets a 10. Liu Kang gets a -5.
So it's somewhere in the middle. Is that what you're saying?
So
we're not rating the characters.
No. He wanted the Kano solo movie already.
I want his. I just want their rating shit.
They're gonna do a solo movie. I watch that shit.
Just him walking around talking shit. But no, the whole movie as a whole, man, not basing it on the other movies, just as a standalone, like as if it was the first one out the gate. It's a 6.5. It's a 6.5, 7. I mean, they started a good foundation. It wasn't like horrible. I've seen some reviews where they was just trashing it, like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, and I can't believe they waited 26 years for this shit. I could have farted a better movie.
Wait, what?
Has it been 26 years since the other one came out?
Damn near. Yeah.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
So I will give it I'll give it a 7.5. I think it was a fair enough film. It wasn't garbage. It was I got what I was looking for out of it. it's a video game movie.
I like that you said it like that, because I've told people, if you want violence and you're just kind of, they could have gave us honestly 2 hours of fatalities and I think we would have been fine, because I think they literally made this movie to finally give us 90s kids a rated R version of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
No more, no less. Because to be honest, if you ever played the video games, the story mode storyline was better than the movie.
Yeah.
It was better than the movie.
I feel like a lot more people would have gave it 10s if it was just 2 hours full of violence, which is ridiculous.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, come on, man. I'm gonna need y'all to do better.
So in this next part of the show, because we're behind, but I don't care. It's the season finale. I really don't care. So we got a lot of news this week. We've gotten the Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2 will be coming out in May for Netflix. So if you haven't seen the Volume 1, I highly suggest check out some of them. It's really good. It's an anthology series, and they have a lot of good stuff. A lot of standout stories that came from out of that was the Sunny episode, and the 3 Robots one is a very funny one. And there's just a lot to take in. You know, some are weaker than others. Others are actually really strong. So, but along with them announcing Volume 2 coming out in May, they also announced that Volume 3 will be coming out next year in December. So they already are dead set on the track to get this out. In other news, this young gentleman here, Tom Holland. So the deal that was inevitable to come down has
they better have gave him Pat Mahomes money.
So this is what happened. This was the deal. This was the deal that happened. I don't think Sony wouldn't have made it anyway, but if you have Disney Plus and you are into watching all the Marvel shows and the Marvel films, and you're probably wondering where Spider-Man is, don't worry. Disney and Sony struck a deal to bring that to Disney Plus. That was earlier this month. Sony announced a new pack that will put several of its upcoming films on Netflix. However, Disney Plus won't be entirely left out of the cold. This is through Deadline. So Sony Spider-Man films and other major franchises will be able to stream on Disney Plus. So I'm counting Into the Spider-Verse as well. But
anybody else feel like Sony's being some bitches?
They have no choice.
Sony trying to hold on.
Being some bitches about this whole Spider-Man thing the whole time.
Because they trying to hold on.
Sony has been trying to hold on to any Spider-Man franchise from the giddy up, and when they started to fail after the 3rd Tobey Maguire film, and then after that the Andrew Garfield run, they just had no gas in the tank.
Well, and PlayStation, man, they better unass that seat.
Very unpopular opinion. I have never liked the Spider-Man movie until this new Tom Holland series. I didn't like
Tobey Maguire?
Nope.
What?
I wasn't a fan
of part 2. You didn't like 2 with which was probably the best.
Spider-Man was always one of my favorite characters. So like, and again, I'm a super heavy critic. So it's like, Tobey Maguire. I kind of really hate him as an actor, honestly. So there was really nothing they could do with that.
I couldn't believe him as a Spider-Man.
I feel like he executed the 90s cartoon version of Peter Parker.
I've always wanted Spider-Man in high school. I've always wanted this story to be told in the way that it's told, and I don't know, just the perspective they've always taken, the casting choices, the cheesiness. I never liked them.
Well,
I mean,
needless to
the
say,
one upside to this is Aunt May is stacked now. So
wow,
yeah, she keep getting younger though. Like she keep getting younger. Peter keep getting younger. Next thing you know, like Pamela Anderson is out there.
Oh my god! But in my honest opinion, Sony just their fans and the House of Mouse, they were just like, look, you can't survive without us, so it would behoove you to take this deal.
So wait, are they gonna incorporate Venom into Spider-Man? Are they gonna retell that story, or are they just gonna keep going with the Venom that they got now? Because that was
I know they're going forward with the Venom that they have now. They obviously have the Carnage movie coming up with
or there be Carnage.
I know they're going forward with that. I do believe that Disney says if you allow us to produce or have producing credit, then you can make it. That way they keep their hand in it, and they can make sure that it's going in the right direction, because they don't want it to steer away from whatever it is they have planned at Marvel. And for those who think they do know what's going on at Marvel, trust me when I say, no, the fuck you don't. They're playing a long game, and it's called chess. And if you think you got it figured out, believe me, you don't. So there it is. But they
definitely doing some shit over there, man.
Oh my god. We also got the trailer this week for Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes, we did.
And
Legend of the 10 Fades.
the 10 bracelets.
It was.
I think it's so dope how they bracelets though. Like I prefer that over the rings. Honestly,
I'm gonna go ahead and take it back on this one because I'm not too familiar with this character.
The Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
Not the Mandarin.
I thought he said he didn't want to talk about it because he's not comfortable with it. I was like, he don't like Asians.
What? Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that.
I just came back from a
Facebook
suspension.
There's a hashtag about that, right?
30 whole days, man. Trying to do me. I watch Legend of Iron Fist.
They're gonna be on. They're gonna be on Facebook like, I don't like Asians.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. But yeah, it's good that Marvel is managing the MCU as a whole is managing to do something that other companies is scared to touch.
DC, say it with your chest. Don't be scared of little ass.
They are managing. They're managing to incorporate everybody. You know, I'll touch on something, but not on this show. It's gonna be on the After Dark show. But they're managing to. Yeah.
What?
What was that?
Go ahead. Y'all missed that joke.
Oh man!
But
I gotta be quick, guys. Quick show.
I like what they're doing over there and what they're doing with this character. And like now to have a first, not only did we get a first black superhero with Black Panther and Falcon, now we're getting the first Asian hero. We've gotten the first major female hero out of Captain Marvel, and they're not afraid to touch these subjects.
Yeah,
they're opening the door. They're like, no, we're all inclusive. Like
even the way that they handled telling Isaiah Bradley's story was so beautiful.
That was dope.
Got you.
Nope. After Dark show.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh my goodness.
we don't go.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
but yeah, they really are going, you know, literally balls to the wall. Like they're saying, we got a story to tell, and we're going to tell it, and they're going to tell it to a point where no matter how you look at it, it's acceptable. It's easy to digest, you know. So kudos to you guys.
So, when are they bringing the X-Men back around to relevance?
Never.
Time because they don't need to fuck this up. They've been fucking up Storm for years. Tired.
They tore up that Jean Grey movie. That shit was terrible.
That right there. That's what Candy B said. They've been fucking up Storm.
Jean Grey.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like they honestly need another 10 or 15 years of no X-Man stuff because for the last 20 years,
that's a long ass time.
We dead and gone by the time we just
oh no, we did. We did it 10 years.
1335 New Mutants.
We need time to forget and reset. That shit, it needs to be.
We ain't gonna never forget that shit. That's like slavery. No, we ain't gonna forget that badass X-Men movie.
Let us have some time.
Yeah,
are you ever gonna forget it?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, now you got amnesia. You were asymptomatic.
That's the best. Candy B used what I call the first page in the book of man law. Deny.
I'm sorry. I'm never going to forgive them for that trash.
We never said forgive.
I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to forget that shit neither. This is the Alamo. That shit was trash.
In the words
Wow.
I'm bringing out all the good ones, but I can't forgive it, man. It was 10 years they had a chance and they kept giving us trash after trash and just bad
Bro,
storylines.
that fucking Apocalypse. Oh my god,
that shit was garbage.
I'm like,
oh
dude,
my
that's
god,
not Apocalypse.
He's in my mind now. He's right. Like what?
The fucking Sentinels was trash. They didn't have no master mode. Like,
I will
bro,
say that was probably the most disappointing part because they were very scary to me. Growing up, I like reading the comics and seeing them in the 90s version. It was like I'm shook about that Apocalypse.
It was like the Iron Giant.
And then I was ready to be scared, and I was like,
all right, so I'm there with Candy B. I wasn't the only one. I wasn't about to say shit about it, but she said she was scared too.
I was
back in the day. Oh yeah,
that shit was
scared.
It was definitely menacing.
Yeah, it was definitely killing niggas back in the day.
We were scared.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fox has a history. Fox has a history of just literally screwing the mutant franchise, and the only person who's bold enough to say anything
Speaking of screwing it
is Ryan Reynolds. So
New Mutants, I seen New Mutants the other day. I wish I had that. I wish I had that time back. Like I'd rather watch
films that
Mama June and the baby. Huh? You said you like that? Earl, what you just say?
No, I said I was about to watch it.
Oh, don't do that. You might as well go to work. You might as well do work than watch that shit.
Man,
it's this. So you know
horrible.
What? When you hear things such as, "Oh, we're doing reshoots. Oh, we're doing reshoots. Oh, we're pushing back today. Oh, we're pushing back today. Oh, we're doing reshoots." That thing went It went through so many reshoots and so many.
Still was trash.
It was a couple of years.
Yeah, and it was like
Runaway.
What the TV show Runaways? Yeah, that's the TV show. But see, they canceled Runaways. They canceled Runaways. They canceled Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger was good.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger was good. They canceled those shows, but see, these shows were on Hulu, which is owned by Disney.
Right.
They were also on what's that? The new ABC channel, the Family one. Freeform. Yeah, they were on Freeform.
Yeah, Disney owns that too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, well shit, they own everything.
Man, they own that. God damn.
And we secretly own you.
Conglomerate.
Part of the
reason stuff the yard. Last time I checked, Disney run these streets and we run you.
Like who else is gonna be her? Don't nobody remember that bitch.
Who's that?
Dr. Hutchinson from Rocco.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was my shit.
They part of the reason why they canceled these shows is just what Kevin Feige said just recently, is that all the shows that they're going to be producing are now canon. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't even canon, and he said that. He was just like,
can we not bring that name up?
I'm
that makes sense.
Yeah, that was my shit. I was invested in that show.
I was too. But and then I got lost.
I saw the writing on the wall, so I stopped getting invested like 2 seasons before it ended.
Oh my god!
No, I still watched it. Watched it to the end.
Me and DC stayed the course.
I died on that hill, man. I watched it to the end.
I died on that hill.
Like I'm gonna fall on this sword, man.
I'm gonna continue watching. You know that sad march with the trumpet in the back, and you know you going to your last. That was me. All the way. I marched all the way to the end with that show.
Me and DC, we called each other like the next day. We're like, "You good, man?" Yeah, I'm all right.
I mean, at least they gave it an ending. Where y'all got to remember, the Wayans brothers didn't even get what they got. Like they ain't even. It was just like one day they was there and they was off the next day.
Yeah,
but at least they gave it an ending.
Yeah,
and they gave it a proper send off to do something, whatever they gonna do with
and
it.
Nobody died. And that was the good thing. I was like, nobody died. So I was like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, they ain't killed nobody off, you know. So it was just like everybody had a happy ending. So they gave us a consolation prize. Hey, we're gonna take y'all show, but at least y'all get to see what everybody's doing. We brought back Coulson. Everybody's still here. The team's still kicking it, you know. But they went their separate ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was
bittersweet, I guess you could say. Because like we said, nobody died. It was just the show was
a lot of notifications I want.
So before I play this, G-Blakk, I've heard a lot of your music. You know, you've been in the game for a while. And how many years? Like 10 years. It's been 10 years?
I put out my first album in 2010.
10 years. 11 years. Going on 11 years.
Yeah.
So Yeah, look, like even Earl was like, "Man, has it been that long?" Yes, it's been
damn.
So
I felt like it was a little longer.
Well, I mean, I was working before that, but my first album was 2010.
Yeah. So, who and what are your musical influences when you do any album?
You know, it's crazy. It changes. So, for instance, like typically when I answer this question, it's like when I hear this question anyway, I tend to think that the question is being asked in a sense of like who my musical influences are, but my music has so many different textures and layers. So for instance, track season 2, the subtitle was Blackomania. Like my first dream before making music was wrestling. I always wanted to be a professional wrestler. So
I think we all did here at this point.
Yeah, you know, so,
we all did at this point.
Right. So the concept and theme around all the songs on that album, for instance, deal with like not to say wrestling themes, but all the titles are based off of wrestling like catchphrases and shit. I have one called "Smell What I'm Cooking." Another one is called well, obviously $1 Million Man. I think y'all probably heard that one. Raw's intro.
Oh my god.
It's your favorite rapper.
Why does he? Well, like why? Why?
No, I think like it changes though, man. Just depending on what I'm working on.
Okay. Before we get into this, this latest track, you know, it premiered on What the Shit, which is what is DC show. And we've been hooked.
I don't remember that.
Yes, for
you
Black
don't say.
And it's been like
doing numbers.
And yeah, it's been doing numbers.
So here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm riding down my
mustache.
Huh? Oh yeah. What did he say?
What?
That wasn't a compliment. Fuck you, nigga. Anyway.
Well, we know.
I know this dude forever. Anyway, I can talk to him like that. If I didn't have love for him, I wouldn't talk to him like that. We was just on Xbox the other day trying to talk shit about it. Up late at night and shit, man. Shout out to Chowders, man. But no, I ride around. When I ride around in my car, there's 3 songs I gotta play the loudest. 1 being the Blur's Eye View theme song, 2 being Promised Land, and 3 being the What the Shit Not Today. It's called Not Today, but it's the official song. I play those as loud as I can, especially around white people. I turn that something all the way up, real ignorant. Right, roll all my windows down, pop the sunroof, put the shades on. I just don't. Super black. I just slow. I'm doing. Are you not entertained?
Right. So we're gonna play. We're gonna play.
Hello, Johnny. You don't like this, Karen? You don't like this, Karen?
We're gonna play the track "Promised Land" off your latest album. This is "Promised Land" by G-Blakk. So take a listen, enjoy it, and tell everyone.
Bring it in.
Yeah, there it is.
In 1863, the Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery through the Emancipation Proclamation signed by Abraham Lincoln. But the Negro was not given any land to make that freedom meaningful.
They promised land to our people, we was lied to. The system ain't broke, it's working how it's designed to. So they labeled us black, then they made it a crime too. Then they gave us some crack, and they gave us the time too. They promised land to our people, we was lied to. The system ain't broke, it's working how it's designed to. So they labeled us black, then they made it a crime too. Then they gave us some crack, and they gave us the time too. When a slave gets freedom, what does it really mean? The playing field ain't level, equality don't mean anything. Equity, what we fighting for. Recklessly, we've been driving directions that's looking cyclical. The message that it's time to grow, it's time to show us who we are and where we come from. Our lineage is unsung, watch history get undone. With truth spilled that they concealed, they tried to make us run from. The truth is that you mirror the God of which we come from. It's so egregious, they stole our leaders, we left for dead. The children needed they fathers threw them in special ed. They gave them riddling, fiddling with they special edge. We we don't consider the trauma that's messing with their head. Our whole history in this country we lied to. Hard to believe in the government when you try to. They made promises, the fruit of which is yet gleaned, and never followed through on special order number 15. They promised land to our people, we was lied to. The system ain't broke, it's working how it's designed to. So they labeled us black, then they made it a crime too. Then they gave us some crack, and they gave us the time too. They promised land to our people, we was lied to. The system ain't broke, it's working how it's designed to. So they labeled us black, then they made it a crime too. Then they gave us some crack, and they gave us the time too. That's times two if your skin brown. Yeah, I knew that black boy's an endangered species, and that wasn't no haiku. My mama told me, but I believed it cause I observed. My skin color defined me sometimes more than my words. That never sat well, but I have tales of the black man. It's a coin toss, get pulled over, get your cap peeled. It might sound sick, but that's real. It's a sad truth that we gotta face. If you know, and you have to feel. It's so unfortunate, my soul's scorching, how could it be? Our fall from greatness relates to us marching in the streets. It's all connected, we disrespected because we great. Fathers get put in the box, mothers on section 8. I see a plan, you might see a conspiracy. Reverse engineer is apparent, their biggest fear is me. They'll probably try to convince you that this is heresy. The truth ain't black and white, my finding is that it's clear to see.
So we suffer from a kind of poverty of the spirit, which stands in glaring contrast to our scientific and technological abundance. The problem is, my friends, that we have learned to fly the air like birds, and we have learned to swim the seas like fish, and yet we haven't learned to walk the earth like brothers and sisters. Racial injustice is still the black man's burden and the white man's shame.
They promised land to our people, we was lied to. The system ain't broke, it's working how it's designed to. So they labeled us black, then they made it a crime too. Then they gave us some crack, and they gave us the time too.
That was Promised Land by, I guess, G-Blakk.
Thank you.
I love every single time.
I really appreciate the feedback, and I'm telling you, bro, like when I first wrote that was one that I was so self-conscious about. Like I just knew, like I felt it on my spirit that I needed to get it out, but it was one of those ones like, yo, this is super preachy, bro. Like they are going to hate this shit. So look, I appreciate the feedback, man.
We are in an environment where we need that preachy shit. And we need that out there. We need more. We need more lyrics like that. We need more music like that, And that's why I called you the hip hop prophet / teacher, because that's what it's doing. It's literally teaching the masses.
But spoiler alert,
right? You're supposed to say the hip hop prophet.
With the shoulders.
Yeah, but too. But what y'all don't know is I heard some shit that I can't say nothing about me and Earl. But when this new shit drop, I guarantee you, I'm standing on it. I'm standing
after dark, bro.
Oh, my bad. I was talking about you though. They don't know what I'm talking
about. But dog, I can't, bro. I can't wait to start sharing that.
Because here's why I say that. Because what I heard, the snippets that we heard, dog. That right there is dope. Yeah. This other stuff is dope too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not on the same field, because Promised Land is one of those songs to where you gotta hear it, but you gotta hear the lyrics. You can't just hear the song. You gotta hear the lyrics word for word and drink that in. And then with the Martin on there, it just elevates what you're saying to another level. You know what I mean?
That shit take it to a whole nother level. And circling back, I don't feel like it's preachy. It's letting it know y'all owe down. Where the fuck is in reparations, nigga? Where the fuck is my land? Where's my motherfucking mule? I need my shit.
But that's always been like a recurring theme in terms of my career. Like even going back to my first album, Black Planet, the intro to it is called "They Say I'm Too Deep," and that was like a thing that I used to always run into. And my thing has always been like, if it can be thought through to the level that I'm thinking it through, then it's not deep at all. Like it just deserves to be held in such a regard that we dissect the information in such a way to understand it, and that takes time to parse through it and get an understanding. And so, you know, I wanted to open that album, my first album, with that, just to kind of get it out the way, to let people know, like, man, this is not real. Because the hook is like, they say I'm too deep. I feel like I ain't deep enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they say the wise man knows that he knows not, you know? And so it's like, I've always recognized that there's so much to learn and so much I don't know.
Damn, I need that on a t-shirt. Like,
It's
y'all
like-
laughing. I'm being dead serious.
Oh,
Like,
I'm with you, man.
Like, because the shit like that just makes you, like, a lot of people, like, I don't listen to a lot of new music because the shit's just not thought provoking, or it's just, you know, got a catchy beat and a hook, and it's just like, whatever. But, you know, there's some songs that really make you think. You be like, damn, I ain't even think of it from that perspective, or even, you know what I'm saying, go that deep in my thought. When I had the thought, I just, you know what I'm saying, was on the surface. Shit like that go under the surface and really touches on things that matter and have substance should always be played as loud as possible in white neighborhoods with your windows down.
Oh boy!
You know, it's so
I
love
man.
how he captures the audience, and he's just like,
and just leaves them what you want. Yeah.
And I can understand where people could always feel like maybe you feel too preachy, because most of us are comfortable living in the matrix of surface level and just kind of going through the motions. And if people allow themselves to really feel what's going on, and to take even some of your lyrics and apply it to something like, hey, the system is not broken. It's working the way it's supposed to. The system is right for those it's supposed to be right for, because it wasn't for us.
Yeah,
never.
And it's calling for people to be accountable, right? And you can't hold other people accountable. You can only hold yourself accountable, and hope that that type of energy pushes other people to make some type of change. And it does take a collective whole to do that. And a lot of people don't want to do that work, because that's not just a one-time thing. That's not just reposting a hashtag. That is a lifestyle. You literally have to change your thoughts and change your life and how you move and everyday reactions in people and what you volunteer for. Like, you really do have to change your life to support what you say you believe in. And I think a lot of people know that, but they just don't want to live it out. But it doesn't mean, I'm sure you know this, but it doesn't mean you're not doing anything wrong. These people just don't want to digest that. You're doing what you're called to do. But it's up to the people to actually clean their ears out, revamp their heart, and flesh that out, because what you're saying is true.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes it's not like I've never been like the narcissist who just want people to tell me good stuff about me. But it helps to it helps to get that reassurance, because again, like, I was really like super skeptical about putting a Promised Land out, but again, I just felt it on my spirit. Like, when I sat down to start writing the songs that I let DC and Earl hear last week or whatever, when I sat down to write those songs, Promised Land was the very first one I wrote. And typically, like, the way my process works is, like, I would assume, like with anybody else, the more you do it, like, the deeper I get into the project, like, the better the songs typically get. So with that being the first one, I already had that mentality, like, well, it's already going to be the weakest one anyway, on top of the fact that it was just like so overly preachy in my mind. So again, just to get that reassurance that not only is it, well, not to say not preachy, but it's relevant, but that people actually appreciate it in the moment. So I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
It's probably, it's a thought-provoking song, number one, and I love it. I'm from that era of hip-hop where I'm used to hearing those type of lyrics. I want to hear more of those type of lyrics. You know, I love hearing KRS-One, The Roots, and Souls of Mischief, all these cats that bring that type of knowledge to the game. And I'm just like, dude, just don't stop. It's like, preachy is not the best word, like Earl said, but it needs to be taught. It needs to be taught, because we're entering another generation that with the environment that we're currently in, they need to know this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people always talk about I'm sick of hearing about slavery. I'm sick of hearing about this and that and all this stuff. Like, no, but you need to hear about it. You need to know about it. If you don't, you're going to be part of the people that's erasing it. We need to know what's going on, what happened, where it came from, so where we're going forward, where we're standing at now, and where we're going forward. So yeah,
right. So
I
motherfuckers
really-
ain't believing that slaves was actually immigrants and shit like they trying to teach kids.
Yeah,
They actually
right.
got that in some books now. Like
Yeah.
that. I forget.
That
It was
we-
a very specific phrase they used, like forced immigration or something like that. Or
Yeah, yeah.
What?
it
Call
was
it
Like,
what it
like,
is.
re,
It's
like,
slavery,
like trying to rebrand it, and it's like, no, this is
that's
what it's
exactly what
Yeah,
they're trying to do.
You can't
You know.
relabel some shit that
Stranded
like that,
tourists.
stranded tourism. Right.
Yeah, and I can understand the group of people that
like
may
hostile
be
extreme.
like tired or triggered by hearing the same type of story because it is a lot. It's the reason right now I'm not. There's certain things on Netflix I can't stomach to watch because I'm a single mother of a black son and I can't because it's real to me. It's not entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not something that somebody needs to win an acting award for. This is real life. I'm concerned about my son and my whole community. I think there's nothing wrong with still pushing the truth visually out there because that's really that's part of how a lot of movements even got started. Not to get preachy on the show, but when I was taking a college course and history got brought up, I was like, fuck, I don't want to take this shit. And I ended up reading stuff that I probably would have never read, right? And then realized, damn, not only were the founding fathers not shit, but this just kept going and going and going. And some people wouldn't believe what was legalized and what was really going on. It was deeper than, well, they brought us over here just to work and pick cotton. No, they were raping our women. They were throwing our babies to alligators. They were doing deplorable shit. And that stuff does need to be told because it does create the environment we're in now, because I don't care what people believe spiritually. If science has even said, and do your own research if you don't want to believe me, that trauma can be passed down through cells.
Yes.
What do you think certain groups of people passed down when your ancestors were doing this over and over and over and over again? Like some of the way we move, some of the way other groups of people move, it makes sense because it's the trauma repeating itself. And a lot of people don't even want equality because that means your way of life and what your founding father set up for you has to change. You don't want stuff to be equal. You like this type of shit going on. And unfortunately, some of our own brothers and sisters have drunk that Kool-Aid long enough where when they listen to something like
hello, Candace Owens.
They don't. They have a visceral reaction to it. Then it's like, yeah, you're trying to be too deep. You can't change everybody and change. That doesn't matter. All it takes is one. I played one of your songs for my son because I'm like, you need to hear stuff like this because I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel good about yourself, especially with someone that is younger. Because playing certain people for him, it ain't gonna hit the same. So again, I feel like you're doing a great job because that shit is real. Now, do we need more balance when it comes to that stuff? Yeah, sure. So if we're gonna do slave movies every couple of years, make sure you're putting us in the helm of spy films and witches and wizards and all that. Make sure you're doing all that stuff too if you want to saturate that market. Don't profit off of black pain. Right. Don't do that 24/7.
Which is why like Marsai Martin, the youngest black female producer in Hollywood, because she's what, like 16 now?
Yeah.
And that was one of her things. She said, I'm not producing and my company's not producing black pain or black trauma. We see enough of that. I want to do this. I want to do this. And we need to see more of that. And that's what I enjoy about what you have and what she's putting out. And just we need, and like Candy B said, we need a balance. We don't have to have a 12 years a slave all the time.
Listen,
every year.
The last 10 years or so, it's been that. And I'm like, I do believe in Hollywood agendas and a bit of that stuff, not too far down the rabbit hole, but a lot of that stuff I do believe. And you're pushing a certain narrative all the time. Why not give us,
your place,
some other shit too, instead of this all the time? I don't want to see myself like that all the time. And people act like images aren't important and don't know why we do push that representation matters, because that's all people know. There are a lot of people that figured black people were savages because they were watching the movies. They were seeing the plays. This is what they thought. And it's not the truth. And then it took people writing certain books. It took visualizations like what happened to Emmett Till for people to be like, damn, this isn't right. This is fucked up. So the images are important, and representation, like making us multifaceted, is very important. And your lyrics are full. They're full lyrics. They're not just something that is and I don't mind the stupid ass songs, like, because I listen to some trash ass music, so I don't mind listening to some dumb ass shit from Future every once in a while. but it is not
Can
what
you
I
understand that, nigga?
24/7.
Hell yeah.
That's why I say dumbass. I don't know what he's saying.
Model my life
I
after
don't know
that
what
nigga.
any of these rappers. All I remember
We
hearing is
know.
like Black Canary. Christian Dior. That's what I get out from the song. But I'm like, you know what? This isn't for me. This is for them. I'm sure our parents were like having us listen to shit. Like, what the fuck are y'all listening to?
Right.
It's a generation thing.
Yeah.
But as long as it's even, I'm okay.
So it's interesting that you bring up the trauma aspect of it, because I actually was just having that conversation with somebody and trying to explain it, and I gave an example of, you know, I was asking dude, like, why do you think, not to say all black people, but the majority of black people are scared of water or don't know how to swim and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, like, think about this. What if hundreds of years ago, not even say hundreds of years ago, let's just say 4 or 5 generations ago, your ancestors were taken and taken from their homes, all the trauma that's a part of that, and then taken to a foreign land. And not to say the vessel, because the actual vessel that they utilized obviously was the ship, but the means by which they were transported was water, you know. And beyond that, going into what you were saying prior to that about, you know, them tossing the babies to the alligators, it's like, and then even going into like Jim Crow and shit, and them like hosing us down. So it was like all these points of convergence that we have so much trauma stemming from are really attached to water in a lot of instances. And I'm telling dude, like, bro, like, that's a part of the reason, in my opinion, because like you said, there's science to back it. People don't believe it or whatever. I do though. But it's like, bro, like that, it just makes so much sense. Like, I don't understand why people have a hard time fathoming those types of things. Trauma is definitely
they have to be accountable. And
also, you got to remember the ones who jumped, who thought the water death was being free.
Yeah. Or even those who fought back, you know.
Yeah.
And drowned. They like, I would sooner drown.
That's what I'm saying. Like the ones.
And then when they got to the point where we're here and settled, swimming and having a pool, those were luxury white things.
Yeah,
that was not stuff for us to just do. Like, let's go to the pool, let's go to the beach. What beach? You niggas can't be here. What
whites
pool?
only drinking fountains. It's like there's this attachment to water. And I'm like, bro, like, there's something about
the key to life, and we can't get it sometimes.
You know, hey.
Yeah. So.
I always felt like how they say, and I don't really want to get into like religion or nothing like that, but just to say how they say God is omnipresent. I'm like, if God had to be represented in anything physical, what would that be? What is omnipresent or nearly omnipresent on Earth? It's fucking water. We're comprised of like 60-some% of water. The Earth is comprised of like 60-some-odd% water. It's like it's ubiquitous. So it would only make sense that a physical manifestation of God would be that actual thing being water. So it's definitely significant.
That's
why I love this guy, man. Every time I hear my man speak, I learn something, a new word or something.
Primarily of water, and I'm like, if the moon controls the tides, like you're saying, and we're made of like water, it makes sense that they say these moon phases do affect people. Or I know people that work in a hospital and they're like, yeah, we get some crazy shit coming in during full moon.
Yes,
I'm like, there's something to
it. Ain't even just the ER, it's just life, period. We get some crazy motherfuckers.
But it's like people don't recognize and notice that. But these aren't coincidences at all. Like, there's a connection.
Even like the folklore, I was getting more into it because I always plug a podcast called Lore because I love that shit by Aaron Mahnke. It's amazing. And he gives all of these facts about where a lot of these stories come from. So whether it was, allow it to cool, they're gone.
Too hot over there, baby. Too hot.
You think it's game? Get fired when these bitches want
It was too good, but he was talking about basically
CIA is now cut your feet. You're talking too much hot shit.
And it makes sense when you're talking about the moon and how it changes people and how they act. With the story of a werewolf. So that podcast is amazing when it comes to giving those, this is what really happened with the story you've heard 500 years later. Like, here's the origin story and how that makes sense. So people can understand that. I know good and damn well you can understand when it comes to what we've been through and why we are the way we are. Every Black person has heard this. I don't care who they are. You know, you have heard, if you saw somebody else cutting up, or if your parents thought you was gonna cut up, it was like, don't you embarrass me in front of these white folks. Don't you do this in front of these white folks. That literally passed down because we would all be punished or killed if one of us messed up around these white folks. So you have to use each other to keep each other in check. That's where do you think that comes from? Like,
I didn't get that memo.
You said you didn't get that memo. Before we get out of here,
wait, what?
We're not leaving like right away because I want to get.
Damn, we just started.
Yeah, I just want to get Candy B second. I want to get her second.
This is the season finale. Don't cut this shit off, Chris. Get the people.
No, I'm not cutting it off.
Right, my hair is looking miraculous in this light, man. So
you see them waves popping off?
Ain't no waves, man. These motherfucking girls looking beautiful.
Oh well, you see them curls popping off?
You think it's a game? Get fired when these bitches
still got a lineup, but it's cool.
But we have a segment. We got a segment called Lightning Round where Brandy asks a series of questions. And
I've been wanting to do this ever since I started listening to this show. I be answering the questions when I'm listening to the podcast.
So let me play the piece.
Here we go.
Brandy, I love Candy B taking over. So here we go. Lightning Round. Candy B, the floor is yours.
I love how.
And the perfect thing is now we have two people that can do it. So
I know. So these are going to be like really good. So
two very opposite people.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready. Let's go.
Other stuff is to really make you think. So for both of you, Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Tupac.
Oh.
Just
I don't know why, but I do.
I like this already.
I'm not mad at that. Okay, Michael or Prince?
Prince.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Really?
Very nice.
Yes.
That was quick. Okay.
I don't know if my mom's watching this, but if I would have said Michael, she probably would have punched me in my shit. So,
but there, you would have seen the phantom fist just like, oh shit.
Right.
All right. Know the date of your death or the cause of your death.
Date.
Jesus Christ.
Cause.
Why you do that, DC? What'd you guys say?
Cause.
Earl said cause, and G-Blakk said date.
Okay.
That
Flip a coin for a chance to win $20 or immediately win $10.
Immediately win 10.
I'm going for the 20.
Bird in the hand.
It's an interesting assessment question for people's risk taking.
Yeah, I'm flipping that coin, son.
Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, man.
Always hit a red light for the rest of your life or get slow internet after the sun goes down.
What?
Damn.
Red light.
Yeah.
Red light.
Shit without the internet.
We record after the sun goes down. What the hell?
Right.
Have the lights on or off if you knew the room was full of snakes.
Shit.
On as fuck.
I'm gonna burn that bitch to the ground.
Hey, if you take off, you a maniac.
Man.
I don't want to see them.
On. I need that shit to be on so I know where the fuck to go.
Okay.
You ever seen Indiana Jones? Hold up. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Indiana Jones is the reason why I'm scared of snakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Swear to God.
Indiana Jones
I'm not bullshitting you.
Okay. Be the person who flips the switch during executions or be the why y'all laughing? Or
DC's like, what the fuck?
Wait.
I have a lot of time on my hands. Or be the judge who decides who should be executed.
I'm flipping the switch.
God damn it.
Y'all don't want to choose?
No.
Nah, they want to kill a nigga. You just
no, it's not even about that.
It's just if I'm
I
gonna somebody, I want to be the one that do it. I ain't gonna have somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Go blind or go dead.
Shit.
Does it have to be go? Can it be born?
Definitely say go.
Damn.
Damn. Deaf. God, no more.
I like how they
music.
were both like,
Fuck that. I don't
Hey
know.
man, listen, this was not the lightning round I signed up for.
Yeah, he was like, hey, he was happy to be here till these questions started.
She done took off
Nigga
on
went
us.
deaf. He got punched by
Man,
his mom.
hell yeah. Snakes and shit.
Had to execute a nigga. Damn, y'all.
have no taste or be colorblind.
Colorblind easily. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
I love art, man.
I eat
no
entirely
taste.
too much.
No taste.
No taste? Okay.
Yeah.
Lose all of the money you've earned this year or lose all of the memories you've gained this year.
Money.
Memories.
Give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life.
Wait, time out. One more time.
Give up social media
Fuck
like
that social
Trevor
media shit.
or you eat the same dinner for the rest of your life.
out of here on the social media.
I'll eat the same dinner because I love tacos and I could eat that shit every day.
Man, listen, I love a bevy of things, so I can't just be.
He does.
Tethered to the same thing every night. There's so many cakes out here.
Cakes.
New cakes coming out every day.
Yeah.
So many cakes out here.
But wait, that's the trick question. She just said dinner.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
no,
it's just
the cake is dinner.
Yeah,
the cake is
dinner. Oh shit, something nice up there. I got that monster sweet tooth.
Okay,
just do cakes, kid.
Wake up in your underwear at work, or wake up naked in the woods 20 miles from home.
Underwear at work.
They said, why are we in the woods?
Fuck that job.
Because of the moon cycle. That's why.
Exactly.
Woke up as a werewolf.
I mean, I've fallen asleep at work many a time. So
look at your mom's search history or your dad's search history.
Mom's.
Page 76.
History is crazy.
My dad's search history is probably something to behold.
Wait, Earl, can you, after we get done with this, Earl, I need you to tell that story about dude getting his payroll pay set up on his phone at work.
Bro, oh my God.
Wait, let her finish the light.
Please, I need that story told for real.
Okay, I lost him.
Oh, he just stepped away for a second.
He right here.
Okay, let your parents access your browsing history or your boss.
My boss.
Parents.
Definitely boss. I was like, what?
Fuck that job, bro.
Okay.
Fuck that job.
He said he fall asleep at work, so it doesn't matter.
Man,
okay,
either one of my jobs, I work too. Fuck both of them. Shit.
Fight a chicken to the death every time you get into a car, or fight an orangutan to the death once a year, but you get a sword.
Orangutan.
Hold on, wait, because she said fight.
When did this turn into Jumanji?
Why did Peter Griffin?
That's what I was thinking of.
Hey, the chicken. Hey,
that's the best shit.
Listen,
ever.
they should have put that chicken in Mortal Kombat.
Right,
that chicken should have been in Mortal Kombat.
Okay, I have fun ones for them because I was ready. Get a text.
Where?
They're fun to me. Get a text from a one-night stand that says I'm pregnant or that I have an incurable STD.
Oh my God!
Pregnant.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that pregnant. I already got 7 kids. What's one more?
Not what's one more.
I love my kids.
More money out of your pocket?
What's one more? Shit, I done made it this far.
Oh my God. And then the last one, being able to read someone's mind or control their mind.
Read. I always want to know what other people are thinking.
I run into a lot of stupidity, man.
I want to control, but
and if only I could, I'm gonna go for control their mind. I'm sorry. I know that sounds bad.
I mean, I'm control. I want you to.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with read for my own. You know what I'm saying? Selfish reason.
Hey, man,
well, see, like G-Blakk said,
you don't need to read it if you can control it.
And I don't want to hear everybody.
But I don't want to do that, man. Yeah. We ain't about to go in there. Go ahead.
Do what I want you to do.
Wait, Earl is striking me as the page 76 cat. He just got enough.
What?
Page 76. Look,
G-Blakk has done it page 1 or 2. He is definitely page 87.
Yeah, right.
How the hell did I get on grandmas and grandmas?
Hey, 1 or 2. They talking about you get to 76.
On a Pornhub, that's when you know you got to make right decisions.
Hey, hell
you ain't catching the conversation, bro.
This
is your conversation.
Man,
I'll be like,
real shit.
I don't like the story on this one.
I spent more time searching for porn than actually using it. I ain't
the lighting is all off.
Nope, that doesn't look believable. The pizza man was already in the house. How'd he get there? Nope.
This bitch talking about some anchovies and you trying to fuck? Nah.
Wait, what?
Like her voice used to be.
Nope, she has hardwood floors, and that's none of we're gonna work.
Yeah, man. That linoleum is cracked. No,
they got pianos playing in the background. Nope, that throws me off.
I don't like her throw pillows. Absolutely not.
Teddy bears all over the goddamn bed.
Candy. Wait a minute. Sidebar. We were sitting there trying to figure out who the fuck was on the wall. We finally figured out that it was Skeletor. Where the fuck did you get that from? That's dope.
Oh, thank you. I actually got this from WizardCon. I got to remember the people that did it because, of course, they take the little records. And I got Old Boy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia up here, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you got Charlie. I've never seen Charlie.
I got to find his card, but it was a no-brainer when I saw that they did this.
Fucking
Who else is
Skeletor.
doing this shit?
Man, I'm so mad they be doing Skeletor so dirty on Robot Chicken, man. They be making my dude seem like such a fucking herb, man. I'm like, man, this dude was terrorizing people, man. He was killing shit. But they made him into a joke. Fucking bastard.
Burning joke.
Fucking Seth Green, bitch.
It's pretty
If I ever see Seth Green, it's cut.
I think because of that, Skeletor has more longevity now. Because
definitely.
it's still very much a thing. So
especially with the meme of him running through the magic mirror.
Oh my God.
Or every couple of years, I love just spamming those motivational memes of Skeletor.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm like, I want a calendar of this. Like, I just want this around my house. Like, what would Skeletor do?
If you follow the Blerd's Eye View,
WWSD.
right? If you follow the Blerd's Eye View, well, if you follow the Blerd's Eye View Instagram page, between me and Candy B, we are always posting up some crazy meme, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten banned yet.
I know. When you guys first added me on, I didn't know how far I could take it because on my personal IG, I'm pretty trashy with the memes. Like, they're pretty awful.
I mean, like the last one I posted was when you're reading science and it says about spiders, they're like, well, when spiders lay eggs, they have thousands of babies, and then you realize Spider-Man nutted into Mary Jane.
Yeah,
and
that
so,
was
oh my God.
when he looked like stressed
Trash,
out.
nigga, all trash, son.
Man, holy
Yo,
shit.
trash,
Who
yo.
wants to have a baby with a bitch who jumped off a building to say, I just want to make sure you loved me?
right.
There's bitches like that on the street right now.
Right, real life.
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
I'm like,
scratch my
this is
card
a
just to
very
see if you would
toxic
come.
I didn't
Oh,
realize
my
I was like seeing the manifestation of a toxic relationship until like later on. And I'm like, why would y'all ain't no goals? This is bad.
Like I said, man, I'm heavy in the future, man. I can spot some toxic shit a mile away. And I'm there for it.
Yo, dumbass looking cat.
I thrive on it. Jump again.
Jump again.
I want to play this Promised Land one more time. And
Wait, the story. I got.
Oh yeah, Earl got the story. That's
man,
the one.
it's not even a real long story. It's
I know.
just-
Tell the
man.
story.
It's
Tell the
still funny.
story.
Well,
Oh, this the work one?
yeah.
Okay.
Any of my work stories, goddamn it. But
I love this one though.
I work with a lot of older dudes or whatever, and so like we got a new payroll system or some shit. You gotta do it on your cell phone because we don't have access to like internet and computers and shit at work. So the one older guy takes his phone into the supervisor, who's a woman, and hands her the phone and walks out. She opens up his browser to fucking set up his payroll, straight porn hubby.
I didn't know it was
My
a
dude,
woman.
yes, man, it was a fucking woman. My dude might have been on page 76. The way she was, her little fucking hand was just going crazy trying to close that bitch out. It was real. I mean, she was red for the rest of the day. She got a little round white face too. She looked like a little apple for the rest of the day.
Like, wait, did he literally just take it in there, drop his phone off, and leave?
Well, I think he like walked out to go get something because he forgot something or he left a machine on some stupid shit like that. Either way, that nigga was not in there, and that browser was open. Yeah.
Did she address it when he came back in?
No, she told everybody else though.
See? And see, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. Because if you gonna have the audacity to go talk about it, then let's talk about it.
The hand was out.
But it was so sad though because he just like a little quiet ass old nigga. He just be humping around.
That's why he
there,
quiet.
minding his business.
Yeah,
and shit.
he got all them browsers open.
Man, my dude be in the zone.
That's why.
Like,
Hey, that's why his
you
production up.
Man,
Oh no.
That ain't the only thing that's up.
Hey, that motherfucker getting out 100 products a day, man. That's why his shit packed.
he and that bitch going off of Blue Chew for sure. Going crazy on his lunch break. It's bad.
Not going crazy on his lunch break. Midnight. That's what she saw.
Anybody seen Tony? No, he in the break room.
Hey, this nigga took a half-hour lunch.
Man, shit, he took an hour lunch. Like, nigga, you took 2 lunches in a row?
Come back all dehydrated and shit with Gatorade and Tyler on his
man. Pull over all sticky. What the hell happened to you, man?
He always come back from break. He always come back from break like this.
Look like Skeletor when he come back.
But it's like no, but it's like exactly like
he come back. He's gonna come back like
hot in here, y'all. I can't look
don't nobody else hear that ringing? Don't nobody else hear that ringing?
No, anybody who's my friend on Facebook knows all I do is complain about work and talk shit.
Oh wait, I can't look at the Skeletor behind Brandon.
What makes it even funnier is that Skeletor just looks like that all the time.
Yeah, he's
going on lunch with one of these bad boys.
Oh my god!
Never mind. That was in my car.
Hey, he got nothing in his lunch pail but Vaseline and motherfucking Soul Glow.
Vaseline and Astroguard.
Oh shit!
Hey man, y'all want to put Brandy off the show
that you need a lunchbox
Now
for
can
it. Like 1 tube won't suffice, man.
Man,
what are you on? Like,
how much do you need?
His grip is like this. His grip is old, like a tiger claw.
More.
Oh my
he got
God.
Kobe Bryant posters in his motherfucking lunchbox.
Dude,
that is a new commercial for it. Astroglide.
look at that Costco buying motherfucking economy.
Man, gallons.
Like, why is everything he touched so damn greasy?
Is he a boxer or a wrestler? This nigga
This shit's terrible. I'm mad DC made me tell that story.
Oh my god! I'm not.
Shit. Hey, when I read that post, nigga, I died. Nigga,
Man,
my phone dropped.
he always super cool too. He always want to run up and give you a fist bump and shit. I'm cool.
Yeah.
right hand just never changed position.
Yeah, never fist bump me again, nigga. You tapping elbows out this bitch from now.
Hell no, he get one of these.
Man.
Yeah, nigga, you get a nigga
I
6
see
feet.
you,
What they say you gotta
Fingers
do 6
crusted
feet for
together and
CDC?
shit.
Man,
They got arthritis and shit.
Oh my god!
Goodness.
We are getting ready to head over to the After Dark show.
Are we
Oh
not
my
there already?
Obviously.
This is how it spills over.
Are we not there already?
That spills over.
Before we get out of here, we always have our guests, tell everybody where they can find them. So G-Blakk and Earl, tell us where everybody can find you at.
You got it, bro.
Okay. Let me get on here and check.
Well, since he doesn't know,
Shit.
Man, listen.
Facebook.
Jiminy Christmas. On Instagram and Twitter is G_Blakk BLAKK. Facebook Geronimo Black spelled the same way. Music available on all streaming services, all DSPs. G-BLAKK. Check me out or don't. Either way, I still love you.
Twitter Wash God. Instagram Fresh Vagabond. Facebook. Y'all see me in the comments. You know I'm at Earl Estridge on Facebook.
I think it took forever to get that out. He's like,
man, because I don't have the same name on none of my social medias.
None.
No. Candy B, go ahead.
As it says, Candy B Cosplay. I'm gonna have everybody follow me there. I'm trying to at least once or twice a month give y'all something new to look at. So make sure to follow me there. You might be able to find my Facebook, but I don't use like any links for that on IG. If you cool, I'll add you on Facebook. If not, probably not. But definitely do.
You have to go through us first. Yeah.
Basically.
You gotta go through us.
I'm almost at 5,000 on Facebook. I'm busy.
Look at it. Look at it,
man.
Just
I'm slacking. She said she had 5,000.
Popping.
I'm at. I don't even want to say my number. Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Where you at?
Make you feel small, don't it?
Measly 11 and some change.
You got the same 9 people liking your selfie? Pathetic.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Numbers growing every day, man. Testing out my comedic stylings on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, for the enjoyment of the people.
I'm dead. DC, tell them where everybody can find you.
At Scott Summers' house with my boots on his couch.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. My motherfucking Tim's on this floor next to his bed with Gene in it.
I ain't
while
wiped
he
my
at
feet
work.
neither, motherfucker.
All right.
Oh my balls with his towel with his face rag.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
After dark. No, you can find me on Twitter, Darius DC Chambers. To Instagram.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna let you finish. That's Kanye.
No,
I'm gonna let you finish, bro.
Kanye.
But I gotta tell you this shit, bro.
Please do.
All right, never mind. All right. Okay.
No, man.
What?
We are so
This nigga opened up his browser on Pluto.
Bingo! Hey, I ain't say it, bro.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Hey, 92 like fuck.
Man.
Sarah gets a new salami roll from the pizza man. No,
God.
Instagram, what this shit. Facebook, what this shit podcast. Facebook at DC Darius Chambers, and currently not on Earl's subscription plan because that nigga got poured out the
I'm about to
ass.
start
I
an
hope you don't
OnlyFans
share.
page. It's just gonna be me telling jokes shirtless with my titties out.
Jesus Christ.
Titty sprinkles.
Brilliant, man.
Hey, that's the name of it. It's gonna be called Earl.
Titty sprinkles.
my God.
Yeah, man, y'all can find me everywhere, man. Watch what the shit tomorrow. We doing a first round mock draft. I got 4 GMs, and I'm Roger Gadrash, Goodell.
Hey, he got his vaccine, so he handing out hugs.
Hell no, I ain't having out hugs.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Oh, please don't.
He said,
Don't play with
absolutely
that
not.
old cripple keeper looking motherfucking Hell's Gate.
He was like,
my
I'm
God.
vaccinated, so I'd love to just, you know what I'm saying, bring the
Shit,
new guys
Like,
in.
really in my
I didn't
face.
even get mine yet. Like, it's-
Would you say you giving dude one of those at work? That's what Goodell get, one of them.
Oh my
Man.
God. I am the host, Chris Fury, of this ragtag group of people. I want to thank our guests.
Right.
Oh, that ragtag is always good.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Ragtag is what you want to get shit done.
Oh
but
no,
I'm
you
your
got
host.
the word rag in it. That's just gonna sit right with me.
You're the one that want to use the
Like how
rag
you
to
said
watch.
that shit.
It's Scott Summers, man. He deserves it.
I'll be there.
All right, where we at? How does eclectic sound? Does that sound better?
Not him
But,
laughing at eclectic. Shut up, Paige. Leave us alone.
But
Oh my God,
I'm
why'd you play that?
I'm the host of this crazy group of people, Candy B and DC. I'm Chris Fury. I want to thank our guests,
When will
Earl
we
Free
be
and
back?
G-Blakk.
How long do we have?
Oh,
Thank y'all
we
for having
actually are taking. We will
Appreciate
be
it,
back
man.
May 15th. We'll be back May 15th.
Long overdue.
Oh,
Yeah. So we're taking
Just
some
like
that
time
night I'll
back.
be live at a bar.
Yeah. So but be sure to tune in and subscribe to our Facebook page, Blurred's Eye View, and the YouTube page under the same name for the latest updates in the blurred world. Check us out
Wait,
also
wait,
under
wait.
Instagram. What?
Scott Summers.
Shut up, bitch.
We're gonna be gone for a minute.
Cut it
I had
off.
to
I
get
want
that
my
out.
fucking badge, DC.
But you want his back? You can check us out on Instagram. You can check us out on Instagram on the Blurds_Eye View, all lowercase. You can tune in next Saturday. Well, not next Saturday because we are taking a break. This is our season finale. But you can always check us out on YouTube and past episodes for anything that for all POC, for other POC creatives in all the fields and genres. Until next mission, I'm your host, General Chris Fury, along with DC and Candy B. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. But before we get out of here,
Say on page 76.
let me say this in all seriousness. This has been a labor of love for me doing this show. And me and DC started this out just two guys that bonded really quickly, and we took something that we both love talking about and we made it into something and made it into this. And we brought in Candy B, and she
since we telling sappy stories, can I tell mine too? I was in a dark place before. No, sorry. I didn't mean like that. I just, tear jerking.
No, but I want to thank a lot of our guests. We've had a few Richardson, Terry Huddleston, G-Blakk, Earl Free, so many others. I'll be putting up a post later on. And Night Mage,
maybe
he was one of our first names, maybe Montel, right? And Blurred Over,
the Blurred Over guy,
Michael Blair from Blurred Over. We couldn't do this without any of you. We couldn't do this without any other fellow Blurds and fans out there that just love talking about comics, games, anime, movies, shows, whatever, and expressing those things in a community that is rapidly growing and continues to grow every day. And I just want to thank all of you. I want to thank you all for just checking us out, and stay tuned because there's so much more coming up. And like I said, once we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, there will be a nice little giveaway for somebody. We'll pick somebody at random. We don't know who. Earl, don't you throw yourself in that.
I don't know why you even said that, man. You knew he was going to. Earl the type to see is that, like, $9.99, and then he'll unfollow himself, let somebody else get $9.99. He's the 1,000.
Hey, I was 1,000 followers.
So until then, until we have the next mission, we're heading over to the YouTube channel to talk about Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Yes, I put it out there already,
son.
We're putting it all out there. We're going to talk and have a lot of fun. There were tears shed, cheers were made, and I loved every minute of it for this first and possibly only season of this show. So until then, we thank you all. Tune in May 15th. You can tune in between that time. Check out some past episodes because we'll be putting some stuff up on TikTok and everything else. So until then, General Chris Fury, we're out.